Now, as the federal government continues to get dragged through their own pile of mud over the sports grants rorts, the former minister at the centre of the controversy, Bridget McKenzie, is not just sitting on the sidelines licking her wounds, as some might expect. The former agriculture minister is pushing two forms of baseload power that this nation should not ignore. Full credit to her. As the senator went about rejecting Labor's zero net emissions target by 2050, she pushed the barrow for nuclear and hydrogen energy as well. McKenzie put it quite simply. If Australia wanted to reduce emissions, then all the technologies and fuel sources, including uranium, should be considered. Now, given the fact that the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the darlings of the climate alarmists, the Labor Party, the Greens, given the fact that it is urging the world to adopt nuclear, what is wrong with the Greens, Labor, even the Coalition, from removing draconian, outdated laws that forbid Australia from using uranium for energy? What is wrong with these people? We've got most of it. That's the blindingly obvious first step. Get rid of that legislation. Even the chief scientist recently refused to entertain nuclear as a source of power, not because it wasn't obvious, but because he thought he had no faith in Australian leaders allowing it to happen. He's given up. They're all still quaking in their boots about what happened at Chernobyl, you see, with crude nuclear technology that dates back about 100 years. Dumb. Bridget McKenzie, though, has obviously done her homework on this and says, rather than just exporting so others can take advantage of this fuel source, Australia has a great heritage and tradition of leading the world when it comes to nuclear science. She's so right. In answer to concerns about the economics of big nuclear reactors, something I should point out the Prime Minister has stressed is a worry, the Victorian Senator said there have been changes over time around not needing a big facility, but to have more smaller, bespoke technology available to be able to generate enough electricity for a town. Now, she's talking about what's described as modular nuclear units. Google it, which the UK and the US have on the drawing board right now. And her support for hydrogen is even more obvious, because this is the source that even Alan Finkel, the chief scientist, is confident we can develop here and use effectively and without emissions. Only today we heard of an Australian first, a $4.2 million gas injection facility to be built in Gladstone, which will deliver renewable hydrogen into the city's gas network. It's part of the Queensland Government's $15 million Hydrogen Industry Development Fund. We need more of them. But back to nuclear. If Scott Morrison says the answer to our growing power needs is in technology, not taxes, I get it. But he needs to get his head around the future of modular nuclear plants and drive it home, because Labor's leader Anthony Albanese has had a lifetime allergy to nuclear power. He and Labor can be left stranded on this. We need more baseload. But for heaven's sake, can we just get on with it?